Good morning. I sent out a group me this morning to see if anybody was going to be joining me on Zoom today, and I didn't get any responses back. So I went ahead and decided to go ahead and do like a quick review with you guys, just on a simple recording. First of all, I want to tell you guys, I am so impressed. You guys are doing so well. I'm so proud of you. You don't call me very much or ask for very much, but please know I am here if you need anything. So I'm going to go ahead and go to our slideshow where we're going to do our review. So we're reviewing chapter 6. And we're going to be talking about a couple of different systems here. The first system is going to be the digestive system. K00 through K95 is our code range. The categories are sequenced in a manner that follows the path of the digestive system from the mouth to the anus, beginning with disorders of the teeth. So the digestive system goes from the teeth, the mouth, and go straight down to where you eliminate. So that is what you're talking about when you're talking about the digestive system and disorders of the digestive system. So I did pull out a coding scenario for the digestive system. It says appendicitis with generalized peritonitis. So how do we look up this code? Well, first of all, you would need to go to appendicitis, then peritonitis, and you would get the code K35.20. Then we would go to our tabular and double check that code. But what we actually have is appendicitis, and then the type is the peritonitis, and with more description as generalized. Diseases of the skin and subcutaneous tissue is our chapter 12, the integumentary system. That is L00 through L99 as our code range. It also codes to report conditions of the nails, the sweat glands, hair, and hair follicles. So does the integumentary system only include the skin? No, it does not. It includes a lot more, such as our nails and sweat glands and hair. So this is a scenario that is specifically for the integumentary system, and it's prickly heat. So what would we actually look up? What would be our key term? It would be heat. So we would go into our index and we would look up heat. Then we would look for prickly, because that's the kind of heat we're having. I got code L74.0. Then we would then go to our tabular and double check that code. So the next thing I want to talk about is pressure ulcers. So let's look at stage 1, which is erythema, redness of the skin. So before we even get into stage 2, I want to make a couple of points. Pressure ulcers develop when the circulation is discrete. I'm sorry, guys, I'm tongue-tied. Pressure ulcers develop when the circulation is decreased to that area of the body. Pressure ulcers are graded and reported based on the depth of the ulcer, and it's categorized in stages. Now, we just talked about stage 1, and this is an example of a stage 1 pressure ulcer, and you can see that the skin is red and raised. Stage 2 is the partial loss of skin, epidermis or dermis, and you can see where that top layer of skin is gone, and now it's getting a little deeper, causing partial loss of the skin. Stage 3 is full thickness loss of the skin, but not up through the fascia. It's pretty bad, isn't it? And you can see how the skin on the outside is black. It's necrotic, it's dead. It would need to be removed to a certain point. And then we have a full thickness loss, which is extensive destruction and necrosis. So you can see all of this black here is necrotic. Now, what causes ulcers? It's when a patient lays in a certain spot for a certain length of time. And a lot of time, like you see here, it's the buttocks, and you see the pad here where they're going to the bathroom. And that waste sits on the skin. It deteriorates the skin and causes infection. Pressure ulcers can be deadly. So next, we're going to move on to the diseases of the musculoskeletal system and connective tissue. And that's chapter 13 of the ICD-10. Your code range is M00 through M99. Most codes are going to specify the site, which is the location on the body, and the laterality, which is right, left, unilateral, or bilateral. Remember our modifiers for unilateral and bilateral? Chapter 13 describes diseases or conditions of the bone, joints, and muscles. So this is rheumatoid arthritis as our scenario. So how would you actually look that up? You would look up arthritis, then you would move on to rheumatoid in your index. So the code that I got was M06.9. Then we would check it in our tabular. Diseases of the genitourinary system, which would be your male genitalia, N40 through N53, your female genitalia, N70 through N98, your breast, N60 through N65, urinary system, N00 through N39, and kidney stones are the most common disorder reported from this chapter. So I gave you some extra practice. So I would like for you guys to time yourself as you do these. There's no shame in how much time it takes you, but time yourself. You can give yourself, say, 10 minutes on your timer and see if you can make these 6 and 10 minutes. Make it fun. Coding is fun. And then this is your assignment for today's Zoom class. I need for you to code these 3 scenarios and submit your answers. I know it's not a very long lecture and recap. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But it doesn't take very long. You guys are doing great. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.